Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your weekly reading for September the 7th to the 13th, 2020. Please remember that this is a general reading, so it won't resonate with everybody. Please just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. All right, let's get right to it. Messages for Scorpio, please, for September the 7th to the 13th, 2020. What are the messages for Scorpio, please, for September the 13th, 2020? Messages Scorpio needs to hear, please, for September the 7th to the 13th, please. What are the messages Scorpio needs to hear for September the 7th to the 13th, 2020? Messages for Scorpio, please. All right, Scorpio, your current situation. Well, you know what? Not bad. We have the Eight of Swords. Your challenge. We have the Five of Swords. Wow, Scorpio, you guys are a little bit inside your own head too much. The advice, we have the Four of Swords. And your outcome, we have the Five of Wands. Okay, interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card. All right, let's get some clarifiers here. Let's clarify the cards on the table for Scorpio for this week, please. Why is the Eight of Swords here? Okay, that wants to come out. Very good. Why is the Five of Swords? All right. Why is the Four of Swords here, please? Why is the Four of Swords here, please? There it is. That's the one. Yeah, okay. And why is the Five of Wands here, please? Why is the Five of Wands here, please? All right, Scorpio, and at the bottom of this deck we have the Eight of Wands. So, okay, wow. Scorpio, you guys seem to be having a bit of a tough time, I'm sorry to say, at least currently. The good news is it's not going to last. So, because change is coming. Yeah. Or it's upon you. So I'm really getting the sense that some of you, or maybe even a lot of you, are dealing with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Because you have so many swords in your reading, Scorpio. You have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Four of Swords, and you have the Justice card, where she holds the Sword of Truth. At the bottom of the deck is your underlying energy. So, yeah, I do feel that you could very well be dealing with an air sign, and they may be causing you some trouble. It's not always the case, but it's possible. Your current situation, we have the Eight of Swords and the Death card. And, you know, the Eight of Swords is very much a self-sabotage, negative self-talk, self-imposed restrictions that are, you know, that we put on ourselves, right? Too much lost inside our own head. You know, I can't do this, I can't do that. And as soon as you say the words "I can't," you're affirming it to yourself, and then you won't, because you just are affirming it to yourself each time. And you know, I think I'm hoping, yeah. With the Death card here, with this Eight of Swords in your current situation, it needs to be let go. So perhaps Perhaps some of you are already learning to let go of these this negativity that the Eight of Swords represents. This could also be for some of you, if you are dealing with an air sign, that you are in the process of letting them go, or a relationship is over, or someone who has a lot of negativity in your life is very much, you need to cut them out. You need to let them go. It needs to change. Something needs to, you can't stay this way, right? Yeah, for your current situation, so either way, this is a general reading, so it can kind of go either way. But either you're dealing with somebody who has a lot of negativity in their lives, a lot of negative self-talk, a lot of self-sabotage, and so you either need to let that go, or if this is you, Scorpio, if you're getting caught up too much inside your own head with a lot of this negative connotations of what you can't do, and your limitations and so on and so forth, you're letting go. It's changing. It's changing and transforming. But I do feel for a lot of you, it's somebody that you're dealing with. Your advice is, your challenge. Your challenge is the Five of Swords, and it's clarified by the Six of Cups. The Five of Swords is very much conflict. Conflict, fighting, garbage, bullshit, people saying, using harsh words against you, or even you yourself using harsh words against yourself. And, kind of winning at all costs sort of energy with the Five of Swords. Someone who, they don't care what it takes, they'll do whatever it takes as long as they come out on top, or at least in their mind they feel that they've come out on top. And there's not a lot of emotion with this card other than angst and anger and conflict. So it's going to be a challenge for you to break free from that. And the Eight of Swords is very much an inner conflict as well. Very much an inner conflict of the mind and the soul are not jiving. Your soul wants something else and knows much more than your mind does, and knows what's healthy for you. It's never going to do anything that is bad for you. I can guarantee you that. It only ever wants things that are good for you. It's our own minds that are conditioned in a certain way because of society, the way we grew up, our peers, our friends, our family, etc., etc., that allow our minds to manifest this kind of energy, right? So your challenge is going to be to avoid the conflict, and with the Six of Cups is very much about harmony and sharing and peace, love, innocence. It might be a challenge for you to avoid the conflict, or to be a challenge for you to find inner harmony and peace at this time. You can do it. You're absolutely able to do it. But try to do your best to avoid the conflict, because conflict only adds to more stress and anxiety, and leads you to feeling more like you're trapped. But something I feel for some of you, this is very much a relationship that has come to an end. This is a divorce even. I'm really getting divorce. There's a separation. Yeah, this is a separation or divorce, I feel, for a lot of you. Especially with the Justice card at the end. There could be some, divorce matters that need to be taken care of in court. All that business that goes along with divorce and separation. And yeah, no, very much so. This is, I feel for you guys. This is not a, for many of you, I feel this is not a good time. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but everything happens for a reason. I know many of you probably don't even want to hear that. It's not something when we're in this space, this energy, that we want to hear. But I can say with the utmost certainty that this won't break you. This will prove to pass, and it'll make you stronger and wiser. I promise you, it really truly will. So yeah, your challenge is going to be conflict and finding harmony and peace in your life at this moment. The advice from Spirit is the Four of Swords and the Seven of Wands. And this is really asking you to take a break, to rest, meditate, relax as much as you possibly can. Sometimes it's a lot easier said than done, especially when you're dealing with this situation clearly. And it's unfortunately, this is going to be, you're going to have to deal with this for a little bit, it seems. So that's why the advice here is is very much to rest and relax, because you're going to need your energy. Take it easy. Anytime, any opportunity that you get, rest yourself. Relax. Even if everything in your life is chaos, and a lot of this is showing that like it's not showing like you're having a real good time. Take the time for yourself and recharge and rejuvenate yourself in any way that resonates with you. Whether even if that's just taking a hot bath on your own, lighting some candles, soft music, or if you need to rage a little bit, if that helps you to relax. I mean, whatever you work. You want to go axe throwing and put a picture of somebody on the tree and just go nuts. Hey, whatever floats your boat, right? But after you do that, make sure you breathe, come down. But relaxing and meditation and a lot of rest, you're going to need it. I'm really getting the sense that you're going to need it, because there is a lot of with the Seven of Wands here too. This is very much asserting yourself. Standing up for yourself and being like, no, I'm not going to take this bullshit, and you're going to have to. There's going to be people coming after you, and you need to be able to stand your ground. You have the high ground, you have the advantage, so don't worry. You have the advantage, but what is also going to help you have that advantage is to get plenty of rest. Even if you're having trouble sleeping, it doesn't show anything here about trouble sleeping. There's no Nine of Swords here. But get the rest. You're going to need it, Scorpio. You're going to need it because you need to be able to assert yourself when that time comes. Stand up for yourself, assert yourself, and don't take any shit from anybody at this time. And you're going to need your rest. You're going to need to be well rested in order to do that. Your outcome is one of conflict and loss and disappointment. I'm sorry to say. This is not something that is. You have 3 fives here. You have the Five of Swords, you have the Five of Cups, and you have the Five of Wands. And fives are in numerology. It's conflict, it's change, disruption, right? You had the stability and of the 4, and now it's coming to the 5s, and everything's changing, right? Shit. And things are not jiving. There's too many chefs in the kitchen, too many ideas, too many people in competition with each other. And really your outcome is one of inner conflict, potentially for some of you, and a focus on losses and disappointments and what you no longer have. So there's a lot of conflict, and that can really relate to the inner conflict as well, because on one hand you may be feeling, well, I'm glad that this happened, because it's crap. Obviously this was not satisfying anybody, whatever this is for you individually. Like I said, you're not having a good time, and I can feel that right away. But on one hand, you may be feeling very much. You're gonna have that inner conflict of, I'm glad it's over, but then you're gonna be angry. You're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be feeling disappointed, sadness. There's a lot here. So the important thing to remember, though, is that we all have gone through this. Everybody has, and unfortunately for you guys at this moment, for some of you, Scorpio, this is going to be your time to go through a bit of a rough patch here. But with the Five of Cups, the important thing to remember here is that Yes, you absolutely will need to feel sad and disappointed, and it's okay to you kind of lament the things that you lost. You know, that's it's it happens. You know, you lose anything, something that you had, and then it's gone. You're gonna be sad that it's gone, and it's okay to feel that way. The important thing with the Five of Cups is that that doesn't become your main focus, because this is a slippery slope. This Five of Cups, right? You've got this person here, and they're focusing on, they're only looking at, I don't know if you can see it in the card, but he's only looking at the 3 cups that are spilt over, with them, everything that was inside them is gone. And that's the only thing that he's looking at. What he doesn't see is that right behind him, he's got these 2 full cups still, right? Indicating what he still currently has and what is still currently available to him. And the same will go for you. So the important thing is don't just focus on what you have lost and what is gone and what has disappointed you and what has hurt you. You need to express it, you need to feel it, absolutely. Don't tell it to everybody that you see. Don't have it be everything that you talk about. Don't let that be the only thing that your thoughts go to, because it's a slippery slope and you can get stuck in this energy for a long time. And what ends up happening is if you focus too much on what you have lost, you're going to end up attracting more of that energy into your life, and you're going to get stuck here you can get stuck there for quite some time. It happens to many people. So just a little warning right there that, and it's given the circumstances, it's going to be kind of expected to a degree. How much of a degree is going to be up to you, Scorpio. So your underlying energy too, like I mentioned before, we have the Justice card. I'm feeling strongly for a lot of you, this is related to a divorce. There's going to be some legal steps that are going to need to be taken. At the same time, so you could be dealing with a Libra. This is the card of Libra. So if any of you Scorpio are dealing with a Libra, there's a lot of swords here. I'm sending that at the very beginning of the energy. You have a lot of swords energy here, and this for the advice. I mean, this 6 of Cups. This is where you want to be, Scorpio. And then cups are represented. A representative of water, and you're a water sign, and so this is where you want to be. You want to be in this place of peace and harmony and childlike innocence and love and sharing. This is where you want to be, and this is going to be a challenge for you to get there. There's a lot of conflict going on, even within you and in your outer environment, people that you're dealing with, and one thing you have to remember too, Scorpio, is that being a water sign, you're a little bit more connected to your emotions than other signs, especially air signs. So if you are dealing with an air sign, they are very much logic and reason and intellect. And for the most part, there's not a lot of emotional field to them. They don't rely heavily on their emotions in a lot of cases. You, on the other hand, Scorpio, you do. It's who you are. It's in your nature, and you wear that on your sleeve, and it's beautiful. But that can come to clash when you are dealing with an air sign, because it'll almost seem like they don't care at all, right? That they're devoid of emotion, and that's a struggle for you. It really is, and there's no shame in that, right? There's no shame in that. It's all part of this wonderful journey that we get to learn. Don't ask me why sometimes you have to walk down this trail full of horse shit in order to get to the good stuff, but nothing worth having ever came easy to anybody, right? So we have to go through these things, and you'll get through this, I'm certain. This one here, the 8 of Wands at the bottom of this deck, this is why, and like the Justice card too so this isn't just, you're dealing with a Libra and this is just a divorce. This can also be like karmic justice, right? And things will be balancing out, things will be balancing out for you. So if these energies that you're feeling right now and the struggles that you're having and the internal conflicts and and the disappointments and the losses, there's a lot of change going on in your life right now, which is also denoted by the Death card in your current situation. There's a lot of changes happening. Change is not always easy. The Justice card is one of, like a rebalancing. Things will balance out. Justice will be served. So whether this is in any sort of in like a court of law, but it's also karmic justice. And to if you did lose something and things didn't go a certain way, the universe is going to help you to manifest something to replace it that's better, and is going to rebalance things in your life. The Eight of Wands, in a similar fashion, this really denotes for me that good news is on the way, right? This is a message coming in. This is message coming in out of nowhere. This is news of a positive nature that is coming in to really, along with this card here, it's kind of like to help you. I feel very strongly. So, you know, this might be a tough week for you, but like I mentioned, the good news is the change is the one thing that will be the kind of constant, right? With the Death card here, this is Major Arcana, so this is this is a big moment for you, for a lot of you, Scorpio, I feel, and the change takes time, right? But the good news is that every other card on here, it's all temporary. It's not going to last. All this, you know, the negativity, the self-restriction, the self-sabotage, the inner conflict, the loss, the disappointment feelings and thoughts. This will all pass. It's not going to last as long. There'll be a shift to different changes and different energies throughout these changes, but ultimately, you know, it's the nasty stuff. It's only temporary. It's going to last, you know, different lengths of time for each of you, but you know, really, it's going to be okay. I feel strongly it's going to be okay. Everything is going to work out. Let's get a card from the Moonology Oracle deck for you, Scorpio. What is the message for Scorpio for this week, please? What message do you have for Scorpio for this week, please? What is the message for Scorpio, please? What is the message for Scorpio, please? What is the message Scorpio needs to hear for this week, please? What's the message for Scorpio? Oh, that's a few too many. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, hang on. Let me just fix this up here. Sometimes they get as chatty as I do. What can I say? All right, let's just try that again. Because I know for myself, I'm a Gemini, so I can blab on like you wouldn't believe. Okay, what is the message, please? Thank you, Luna. Yeah. You have South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So change is happening. There's changes coming, and there are good news is on the way, and change is always difficult. So you're being asked, don't let your past hold you back. That's important because it can keep you from moving forward. And when you're in an energy like this and you feel like you're trapped and you're restricted, you can, because you're thinking of all the ways that things were, or the way that they have been. That doesn't mean that that's the way it's always going to be. It's up to you to decide that, right? You have the choice. You change your thoughts, you change your reality. So don't let your past hold you back. Don't let this energy keep you in that energy. What's lost, what's gone, it's gone. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. It'll get replaced with new, but you have to let it go first, right? So don't let your past hold you back, and you guys will be fine before you know it. All right, Scorpio, that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please have a wonderful week as much as you can. Try to get as much rest as you possibly can, and to rejuvenate yourself. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.